We're now joined by Sumit Jain, co-founder of EdTech platform Unacademy, and Priyanka Chaturvedi, Rajya Sabha MP from Shiv Sena, Uddhav Bal Thackeray group, will also be with us. But let me go across to Sumit first to you. Sumit, how do you see what's happened in the Supreme Court today? The NTA, the National Testing Agency, annulling results for 1,500-odd candidates, saying that they were given grace marks, and after a thorough inquiry by the Commission, they feel that these examinations should be annulled and they should sit for a retest. But there is also a question mark on what happens to the 2.4 million students who sat for the NEET examination. How do you see things as of now as they stand?
I'd like to congratulate and applaud the government and the Supreme Court to come up with this decision of doing retest for 1,500 plus students. But the bigger question is that are only 1,563 students affected? Only these many students should be eligible for retest. For last 10 days, we have been really fighting hard, asking NTA that what went wrong. First thing first, they were not the one who announced and told that they actually gave grace marks to the students. When we found out there were 67 AIR1s, when we found out that somebody could get 719, 718, which is practically not possible, that's when we raised this issue. So my problem is that this decision is actually not really solving the problem. It is trying to push the problem under the carpet. Because only 1,500 students doing retest does not solve the problem of 2.4 million aspirants who wrote NEET examinations, prepared for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, whose future will be dependent on this examination, who is probably one of the most prestigious examination in the country.
Do you feel
so many things have gone wrong?
You're right. Do you feel that the government, by saying that 1,500 examinations have been annulled, they're trying to show that the problem is very small, but you feel that the problem is much bigger? What is the solution way ahead? I believe the counselling has not been put on hold. It will continue in the first week of July. There is a retest happening on the 23rd of June for a limited number of students. What do you think needs to be done in the interest of all 2.4 million students?
First and foremost, we should do an independent and thorough investigation, probably through CBI or an absolutely independent body. NTA is saying that it was just 1,563 students. It is NTA saying that. There has to be an independent party claiming and finding out that was only these many students were impacted. We should actually give a window for at least a week or a month to the students, asking them to come out and come forward and telling about if they faced any issue in their center. Because right now we have reasons to believe that there are multiple times more students who got impacted. Because if you refer to CLAT examination in 2018, which NT actually referred to, right, that there was a grace marks given in that at that time. It was a computer-based test. When you do a offline test in a center which is far off in rural areas, 4,000 plus centers, it is practically not possible for you to find out that what went wrong in so many centers. So yes, I absolutely believe that there is a requirement of thorough investigation before we jump to a conclusion that only 1,500 students should be eligible for retest. Second, there has to be a stay on counseling, or at least this counseling should be converted into provisional counseling, so that we don't kind of end up providing seats to the students and then we end up canceling that particular thing, because we are talking about the students who are getting selected are getting impacted. Students who did not get selected also getting impacted.
Would you say that the test for all 2.4 million should be redone?
I would say first foremost, we should find out how many students who got impacted. I'm very sure it is not 1,500. It could be 15,000. It could be 2 lakh. It could be 3 lakh. That is the first foremost important thing. Second thing, we need to look at the rank inflation. If we look at 67 people getting AIR1, in 67, there were only 17 people who got AIR1 due to physics marks. Physics question went wrong and they got grace marks, and 6 people were out of 1,563.
Okay.
44 students actually got 720 out of 720, which is practically not possible. We got 3 AIR1 in 2021, we got 1 AIR1 in 2022, and we got 2 AIR1 in 2023. This year we're talking about 44 people getting AIR1. Was there a paper leak? Was the paper too easy? Was it conducted properly? Was the marks calculated properly? It requires thorough investigation. We cannot just push the problem under the carpet. We cannot just handle the problem. We have to solve the problem. Right now, NTA is trying to handle the problem and trying to project that the problem was just limited to 1,500 people.
have been given those grace marks. We'll have to leave it there for the moment, Sumit, but let me go across